I was pleased with
I really, honestly.
I don't normally make smoothies, so...
Oh, speaking of making things, Ryan, I gotta tell about this.
Tell me about your makering.
It's been... Well, I already told you about it, but, okay. I gotta tell you again. All right. My most recent bookish post.
Oh, yes.
The prompt this week was to create a playlist for a book. So I recently finished reading Stephen King's Night Shift, which I loved, and it's probably my favorite or second favorite of his books so far. So I tried to make a playlist that I guess for me could, associate with the book. Anyway, it's got a lot of really, I think the most exciting thing about it for me was that it kind of helped me fit together a lot of different strains of, especially electronic music, that I had kind of always held in the same mental place, but had never really formally connected before. Mm-hmm. Kind of moody kind of ambient house music, some techno, some new great beats stuff, Italian horror prog, some of the Ennio Morricone jazz stuff, this is kind of horror movie soundtracks, John Carpenter, Berlin School, progressive electronics, library music, and amateur synths and shit like that. I don't know. I was really excited about it. So I'll post it, or we can post a link if you'd like to listen to it. It's a Spotify playlist.
You want a link to the playlist or to the article?
To the article. It's got the article as a link in it. The one thing that I thought was interesting is that somebody commented on it and said they were frustrated a little bit that this seemed to be in keeping with this kind of retconning of the 80s as being very synthy and kind of John Carpenter-y, when actual films and stuff from the 80s weren't really like that, which I think is a legit criticism, because I picked a lot of stuff that was kind of it was more Stranger Things type 80s revision than it was legit 80s. But I originally actually was sitting and thinking of putting rock songs on it, like Rick Springfield and Pat Benatar and new wave and shit. Mm-hmm. If you've ever seen Nightmare on Elm Street 4, one of my favorite music scenes ever, I don't even know why, it's just the shot of her driving in a car and Song by the Divinyls is playing. And it's, I don't know, it's really cool. But I decided to move it out of a rock,
I don't understand this fight. Also, I couldn't scan. It didn't let me.
Yeah, something's going on here.
I feel like I'm not understanding the fight.
Let's look up. I got your hand, I got your back.
Alright. Did you hear that they confirmed Stranger Things Season 2?
Yes, I did. I mean, that's really cool.
It was going to be a continuation and not a anthology.
That's fucking great. Great.
I honestly would have preferred anthology.
Really?
I would have preferred new ideas with the same sort of...
I guess that's true.
...execution and, sense of place.
It would have been cool if it would took place in the same town or something, or borrowed characters. There's so many cool things they could have done about it. Okay. The demon switches places when damaged 5 times, or after a period of time, while the goddess switches with the demon when she takes enough turns. Only the demon can be killed. The goddess regenerates if runs out of HP. When the demon falls, the battle is won.
Okay, so...
The goddess counters most attacks with Phantom.
I'm not wrong Phantasm. To be just trying to fucking kill this
thing. Which inflicts HP leak on the party.
Oh.
Demon is weak to fire and holy. Okay. Fucking cheating. But, I don't know. Even though I made that playlist, though, I think I was really sensitive to that, too. Because, their point was that, yes, there were cool things like that, especially in the 70s and 80s. Mm-hmm. Night Shift came out in 78. But they stick in the cultural memory precisely because they were rare and unique. You know what I mean? There were a lot of things that just had, kind of cheesy rock soundtracks or pop music, which I also like. I just didn't feel like it was appropriate. But that's why I tried to also include things that could have been relatively contemporary, or at least weren't modern. Mm-hmm. There's this whole group, and maybe, is it, Ryan, who runs the radio station?
Oh, Shazerus.
Shazerus. That's right. And because I think it was Shazerus who asked me about synthwave before. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of on it now. I what that is. But there's also like these like neo horror synth artists who are kind of like inspired by like Italian movie soundtracks. But like there's one called Umberto after Umberto Lenzi, and there's one called Zombie after the movie Zombie. One of them is an album called Prophecy of the Black Widow, which is a fucking paraphrase of Prophecy of the Black Spider from Burial Grounds, Nights of Terror, one of my favorite films. Mm-hmm. But I kind of like it, but the instrumentation and the sounds from the synthesizers are so modernized that it almost sounds too slick for the kind of weird, crackly, organic feel that a lot of the older stuff had. Like, it's cool, but it's not as cool to me as, like, stuff from the period. So I tried to pick stuff that was more from the era, and which I think is why I was really focused on, like, Tangerine Dream and their kind of cohort of, like, Berlin school electronics. It was very atmospheric.
I got you.
I played you some of that. The Michael Jarre, Edgar Freesey, I don't know. There's some Brian Eno.
Is that in the car?
Yeah. When I was playing, yeah. Sorry I'm blabbing about it so much. It's just like, it was really cool, and I've been thinking about it all week. And I also included some other stuff, but like, I think I was trying to make connections between that style and how they have influenced contemporary sounds. Like, there's this genre I only just know called gray beats, or like just called beats, but it's just kind of like I don't know, it's like a newer electronic pseudo genre, like the band, like the group Actress or D. Tiffany, shit like that. But they kind of have a similar atmospheric quality.
God damn it.
Yeah. Or do you know Cueto? They're another electronic band. They have an album called Severance that is like a footwork album, which is this like Chicago genre of like music that has like really spare minimal rhythms, but they put like Tangerine Dream style, like drifting Crystal Evangelist style synths on top of it. Mm-hmm. So like that's kind of a neo version, even though I left stuff like that out because of the beats. But I don't know. I'm just like fascinated by those interchanges. So I include modern stuff, but I think I tried to avoid including stuff that was self-consciously retro. Is what my point was.
I see.
You see what I'm getting?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean.
I get you.
Yeah. Anyway, I blabbed about that for a while.
It's okay.
Like,
it's not like there's anything else happening in this fucking
I mean, that's true. I guess, like, too, I like some of the Vaporwave stuff. Like, I put 1-0-Tricks Point Never on there, a couple of tracks, because I think while they are kind of retro in a way, it's almost like, it seems more homage than it seems like, I don't know. There's something about the horror synth bands that, like, kind of gets me in the wrong way. I don't know how to describe it. But, or there's this group, I don't know how to say it, Les Halles, Halles. But it's like specifically designed to even look like old New Age tapes, like the art and everything. Mm-hmm. But it seems like a continuation almost as much as anything else. I guess I like the retro stuff when it's like,
oh, finally,
this can't be.
Oh, that took so long.
Yeah, it was a really long fight.
Ugh.
I talked a lot through that fight right now.
That's good, because all I was doing was just hitting buttons forever.
Yeah.
Hey, relax. The monster croaked.
Thanks for saving the day. This picture's more precious to me than my own life.
Huh? What are you talking about? Now, what was a monster doing in that picture?
It all started when I bought a stone at the auction house. I took one look at it and suddenly felt I needed a portrait of Starlet. I asked several artists, but none could muster enough skill. It was then that I heard about Realm's amazing ability. I brought her here and put her to work. But while she was painting, that thing came along. It must have been enticed here by that stone. Where is the stone? The stone? Over there on that bookshelf. They didn't put that one in quotes, so
Final
it was
Fantasy
difficult for me
VI.
to tell what was happening.
This is magicite!
Phew, I don't need any more bad luck. Just take it and go.
Starlet!
I have to go, but fear not. I'll be back to finish this painting.
I'll be waiting for you.
Bowser looks like a fucking toad.
He does look toady. Okay, Ryan, I have to tell you about one of my favorite Instagrams.
Okay.
It's called Mrs. Akeva, A-K-A-E-V-A.
Alright, Starlet recovers HP again. It's like the last thing we fucking need. But we can get Cure 3 from it.
And she's a Russian makeup artist, but like fucking just look at this.
That's pretty wild.
Like the control and everything is fucking like look at her just paint the lines real quick. I can send this to you. But it's just like it's too fucking amazing.
Thrilling radio right now.
No, but it's like it's the most effortless like line painting I've ever seen in my entire life. Hold on. When she stops blinking. We get it. It's like amazing.
I mean,
Not as easy as it looks.
mastery comes with time, I have to imagine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. It's so good. Ugh. Every time I see one of her like videos, I'm just my fucking brain explodes.
It seems unhealthy.
Well, you can only survive so many brain explosions.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, wow.
Anyway.
Poppin' Henny XO, Brian. All these hoes on my dick.
I've
That's a
never
line from the
understood
Dev song. Booty
the
bounce.
preoccupation with cognac.
I don't either. Also, like that
I mean,
Dev
like,
song.
I like cognac, but not nearly as much as rappers do.
Well, the thing about that Dev song is like she's totally a British white woman, just like completely appropriating everything about rap culture for herself.
Good.
Well, I mean, like say like a white woman saying she's popping Henny XO and she's
Yeah.
sipping scissorp in her ride, Ryan. No, she's not. No, you're not.
No, you ain't. Ooh, I made that bird fly
Even
away.
though I love that song, I can't help it.
Those are the town of liars.
It's true. I wonder, will they be like, the world's still alive?
It's Galdigax.
The more things change, Ryan, the more they stay the same.
I'm just checking out Zozo. I don't know if there's anything new here.
Yeah. But if there's any, like, people who are really into that sort of music, I would love to talk. Also got some dub techno, Ryan.
Some what?
Dub techno.
Dub techno.
It's like super atmospheric sounding techno. Basic Channel being the premier creator of such in the past. Some Detroit on here, Ryan. Some house music, Mr. Fingers, Virgo.
They call me Mr. Fingers.
You call me Mr. Fingers. Okay, I started out the playlist too. I'm fucking the worst. With some, I think it was fucking Goblin. Whoever did the Tenebrae soundtrack, Claudio Simonetti from Goblin, and then some Fabio Frizzi, and then some Stelvio Cipriani, Italian composers who did music in tons of genres, but also did some for horror films. But have I talked to you about how the Giallo films came out of the Creamies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Strangler of Blackmore Castle was a Creamy film, and it had one of the first electronic soundtracks by Oscar Sala. It's like those kind of weird experimental electronics, but like I can only imagine how wild it would have been to stumble upon in the 60s. And I'm also just like hugely nuts for like weird pseudo jazz on Italian horror soundtracks. I can't fucking stop. Beyond the Black Rainbow, that's another good. That's obviously self-consciously retro, but like in like my favorite way. I don't know. It's that retro synth shit.
That's what you're about.
Well, sort of. Yes and no. I mean, I was discussing this here earlier. I see the appeal, but yeah, does kind of erase certain aspects of what film would have actually been like in the 80s, especially horror film. You know what I mean? Like, you think of Friday the 13th, it's not drenched in synth. It's still using kind of an orchestral score.
Yeah.
And stabs by... What's his name? Is that it?
Mancini? I don't know.
I don't remember. But then, in The Burning, you have Rick Wakeman doing a keyboard soundtrack, so you never fucking know, man. Well, good job, Claire.
Speaking of soundtracks,
Yeah, fucking lay it.
just on that same Mr. Robot tip, it has excellent sound direction, excellent soundtracking. You should check it out, if only for the amazing soundtrack.
Cool.
The way it handles music is always just fucking fantastic.
Like, I liked it.
It tends to like blend in with the scene itself and emerges sort of organically in a way that is just really unique and cool and good.
Lovely. I like a good synth soundtrack. I mean, it all kind of comes back, too, because, like, I feel like a lot of the climb the stairs of the building with the sign cafe on it, you can find a path leading to Mount Zozo. Where there's rust rid, you can open that door. Yours for 1,000 GPs.
Sure, why not?
Rust be gone.
Now, if everyone's lying here, then like... Oops.
It's just Ryan.
That's probably right.
If you consider bands like Tangerine Dream, okay, being on the progressive side of electronic music and using synthesizers, some of the other early adopters of synthesizers were in the progressive rock area, right? Like, yes, like Keith Emerson from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, who, it's like 6 degrees of separation right now, okay? Who, obviously ELP, also composed for Dario Argento films. Famously did the soundtrack for Inferno with some other folks. But Nobuo Uematsu, also a fan of progressive music. I remember the one band that he cited was the LP. You know what I mean? So like a lot of that style and experimenting with a form of early electronics in computers to produce music. It all kind of connects. I don't know. That's all I was trying to say.
I got it.
So when I hear that bass, like that thumping synth bass, it's just so good. I don't know enough about synthesizers either, but it's not sample based, right? This couldn't be. It's like a sound card, right? Like that would be more like you're generating a signal from it. Someone explain.
Where's the cafe? This
is why I shouldn't have drinking the venti fucking caffeine shit. I just want to shut up. Brian, you should say something so that I don't keep talking.
I could tell you about a game of the week.
Yeah, please fucking tell me that. Can't wait fucking guess what time it is. Right now as I win my bonus for fucking 20. Please continue.
Okay. The day after our last recording session, I did a 8.5 hour stream of the new Deus Ex game.
Yeah, how the fuck is that going?
Mankind Divided.
Cool.
It is quite good. If you liked Human Revolution, then you will also like this game. Because they share a lot of the core gameplay elements. Like, almost all of the core gameplay is exactly the same.
Cool.
But it, again, just has this really excellent layer of polish. It is the best environmental design of any game I've played in, like, the last couple of years, I think. Like, Prague, as the core city where you spend the vast majority of your time, is so, like, it's realized in such this really, detail-heavy, way. I don't know, it's just really hard to describe. Like, it has the best landmarking of any, like, video game city ever. Like, just its ability to always situate you just by looking at various things in the environment. It just works really well. It's hard to feel lost because there's so many cool, interesting landmarks.
That's cool.
Never in a game have I more wanted to live in an apartment that exists in the game.
Oh, yeah, fucking A.
Was I showing you those, or
no? But I know what you're talking about.
Like, the design of the interior environments of the living areas in that game is just so fucking good. Like, the apartments have, varied heights. Like, a step-down living room,
Yeah.
and like hardwood floors that bend up onto the wall and stuff, and I just don't know, bookshelves built into the staircases, and it's just so fantastic. Rust dissolved. Okay. Mount Zozo, here we are. New place. Or old place?
But we've been here before, right?
I don't know, there's treasure here now that we haven't gotten.
Well, the world has been resting in peace, Ryan. For
Ursus! It's a werebear.
a Werber.
Whoa, it stole fucking money from me.
Yeah, that bear is hungry for money, Ryan.
I just can't bear it.
Do you find it unbearable?
I find it unbearable. Do I get all my money back?
No.
Yeah, I do.
No. Not,
Plus an
if you
extra
wanna
couple
carry around
G's.
Bear money.
I do. Bear cash. Bear coins. Anyway.
I shouldn't.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. So fucking Mankind Divided, right? In that first 8.5 hours on that stream, I played the first tutorial mission and did not play another story mission at all.
Wow.
All I was doing side quests and exploring
that's
Prague
cool.
and just doing cool shit. I don't know, there's a lot of customizability for the augments and a lot of cool new augments. Unlike the last game, you can actually play a full pacifist run from beginning to end.
Fucking cool. You know, it's my fucking jam.
Yes, I do. If you decide that you don't want to kill anybody, you can absolutely do that. Including the bosses, which was the failure of the last Deus Ex game. Where it forced you to actually fight and kill bosses.
Wow. That's cool, though.
And, I don't know, the environments, the actual like combat environments have a lot more complexity. A lot more various ways to get around and solve problems. Yeah, I think the biggest shame about it is it does that thing that video games like to do, where you start off with a shitload of powers and then they take them all away from you.
Oh.
And it does it in a way that like makes it almost like disappointing to get past the point where you lose all the powers, because it's just like, ugh, the game is so much harder now. Like,
that is frustrating.
Can't jump. Like, just fucking, it sucks.
You can't jump?
You can jump, but like you can't jump like high enough to actually make a fucking difference at all. Like, you don't even realize it's an augment until you like look in the augment menu. You're like, oh wait, like I can't jump for shit now.
That's hilarious.